the Stitchin Post. There. We are in Sisters, Oregon at 311 West Cascade, and I wanted to give you a little tour of our shop. Also, if you can't come to Sisters and visit us, you can always visit us online at stitchinpost.com. All right, well, I want to give you a little tour. As you can see, this is some of my fabric that I designed, my newest collection, Murmur. And in case you don't know who I am Valerie Wells. I am the owner of the Stitchin Post. Well, co-owner. My mom started the shop 44 years ago, and she is now semi-retired. I have my trusty friend here with me, Taylor, who is one of my employees' service dogs. She's around the shop, so if you ever come in, you might see her there with us. Let me give you a little tour. So we have a pretty big shop, and we like to carry a wide variety of goods. Some of our more canvas, linen, home dec goods we have here. And I like to have fun doing my employee meetings. And one meeting this spring, we all made zipper pouches. And we have a fun one scheduled for pin cushions coming up in August. So everybody gets to make something, so we get samples and then learn a new technique. But then they get to take it home. So walk with me over this way. Taylor, you coming? We have, as you can see, we have a wide variety of Kate Facet and Philip Jacobs, and we have some Anna Maria Horner mixed in there, some Kathy Dowdy, and it's one of our staples. We've always loved having a lot of bright, vibrant, unique pieces in our shop. And as you walk along here, one of my favorite patterns that I did years ago, which continues to be an awesome seller, is my little wallet. And one of my awesome employees, Jackie Erickson, is obsessed with making these little wallets. And so we have a whole bunch here, some with some Tula fabric. And as you can see, it's a great way to display. And then we have these awesome little kits where you can make your own. We also, I say also a lot right now. Here we have some Tula Pink, again, one of our other favorite designers. And she was actually here this summer for Quilt Show and is coming back next year, so that should be really fun. Keep your eye out for Quilters Affair flyer in January. My mom and I are very much lover of artists and art things. So our shop is not just a quilt shop. We carry a lot of yarn, we carry a lot of other artist goods. One of my favorite artists is this indigo potter. Her name is Nicole Pepper, and she is from Seattle, Washington. And obviously, I have a thing with indigo. I have indigo pillows that are block printed, and if you would ever like to come learn how to block print, you can come take classes from me here at the Stitchin Post. And as we look back here, this back wall is our Fiber Arts Gallery, and we every month find a new fiber artist and display their work. This is a local Bend artist. Her name is Sarah Kaufman. Really brightens up our shop, and it allows us to celebrate the fiber arts. So sometimes it's quilts, other times I have block printed stuff, so we do a variety. It's all about the fiber. And speaking of fiber, we love to knit. Have some beautiful hand-dyed yarns. As we have unique fabric designers, we have a lot of unique yarn, a lot of hand-dyed yarns, small companies that we can help support and encourage people to buy something that is not mass-produced. So as you can see, we have wonderful, this is another, just a quick tidbit, this is another awesome artist from Oregon. Her name is Barbara Campbell, and we find her products just unique and textural and just stuff that can be inspiring. We're going to walk over here, check out some more of our yarn. We also, as both my mom and I and several other members of our community and family do a lot of mixed media arts, where we use a ton of different mediums, art supplies and stuff. My aunt does a lot of painting with inks, so we have some art supplies here. We do indigo dyeing classes, and then sitting over in the corner, we won't interrupt these gals, but we have some amazing staff members who are knowledgeable in knitting and quilting, and we have a sit and knit every Wednesday where people can come and just sit and hang out with their friends. We also have an open sew that day back in our classroom, which I'm going to lead you towards now. We love to, the shop really was started based on education, as my mom was looking for supplies for her students because she was teaching sewing to a continuing education program here in Sisters back in 1975. And that's when she decided to open the store. She needed supplies. So that has been the basis of our shop from the very beginning, is education and inspiration. So hopefully you'll be inspired. We walk around, you can see we have amazing space to showcase quilts and other beautiful things that we carry. Okay. Come this way. Here's some of my patterns. I have been designing fabric now for 21 years, and a little tail in there. And so we always are trying to reinvent our patterns and come up with fun new things for people to create. She likes the shop too. This is definitely a center of our shop, which would be the cutting table, filled with all sorts of good stuff coming in right now. And if we look back in this zone, this little doorway leads to our classroom, which is pretty good size. We offer classes basically August through the beginning of June through our shop, and then in July we have the Quilters Affair, where we bring in 30 teachers and we rent out our high school and have lots of fun doing so many different classes. I come from a line of artists, lineage, I should say, of artists. My aunt, who is another quilt maker and talented artist, we carry a lot of her patterns and kits. As you can see, very different from what I do and what my mom does, but it kind of makes it awesome. And we come over here to see some of our, there's one of my murmur quilts, which is called Morning Chatter. I love making New York beauty blocks, and so I felt like those hummingbirds and sunflowers required a New York beauty quilt. And as you can see, we have a whole wall of solids, as my mom teaches a lot of intuitive design classes and uses a lot of solids and textural pieces, so we tend to fill ourselves with as many colors as possible. We're coming around a little bit to some of our holiday and our black and white, and then we'll work our way to the front of the store, and you'll have seen the shop. I hope that you enjoyed all of our wonderful products. We have all sorts of, the holidays are kind of interesting around here because you start carrying holiday stuff in July. So as you can see, we mix some of our other product. This is an awesome candle company from Bend. Again, we try and support as many local artisans as we can. It makes our shop unique. And then we also are a tourist town, so a lot of people just come in and randomly happen upon us, and so they love to get some smaller projects. We have embroidery kits, we have some basic awesome sewing machines, and then we've come back around to end up with some florals, and you can see the rest of the shop from here. hope everyone has an awesome day, and thank you for visiting the Stitchin Post.